please. It's Tuesday. And boy, do I have a tip for you today. Oh, my hair is doing all this weird stuff over here. Whatever. Anyway, come on in. Let's get busy. We have things to do today. Places to go, people to see. Who's in the house? Say hello. Cheers. So far, not a single soul has said a word. There she is. Hi, Angela. Hi, Catherine. There's Heather. And Jackie's in the house. I didn't know you were in Lenore. That's just right around the corner. Hi, Carla. And Pam is here. Martha is too. Yay. Hello. Hi, Jamma. Good to see you. Doris is here. And so is Sandra. Norma. Hello, hello. Hi there, Sarah. Kathy's here too. Good to see, and another Sarah. We've got the Sarahs in the house. Juanita, you've got rain in Colorado. We've got a beautiful day. Hi, Joanne and Letha. Good to see you. Amy, I've missed you too. Back at you. Hi, Lee in Boulder. Love Boulder. It's beautiful. Suzanne and Andrea. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you live. And there's Robin and Denise. Hello. Hi, Lynn. Good to see everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Charlotte. My hair looks nice. I'm watching it frizz up right in front of your eyes. It was just gonna do that. Hi, it's raining in Buena, Texas. I don't know where that is. Texas is a very big place though, so there's that. Anyway, today is Tuesday. You know what Tuesday is? Tuesday, we have tips, all the tips. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Jane. It's so good to see you all. And today is also our very last day for our Bio-Omega-3X. This is the last day to grab this supplement and to get it. Buy 3, we'll throw the 4th one into your cart for no cost whatsoever. Buy 3, get 1 free. That's right. So you can stock up. This is the way to stock up, by the way. And if you put ships free in our coupon code, which is you'll see when you're the little window when you're checking out, you will get that free as well. By the way, Jenny is not here today. She has appointments with kids, and you know she's doing her thing. It happens, right? So if you have questions about anything, don't forget we have support@savingdinner.com always, always, always to back you up. So I just want you to know about Bio-Omega because there's going to be somebody crying that didn't get it. This is my absolute have to have. I put this on the same scale as the Wise Women's supplements, a core 4. I would say this is core 5. This is the 5th one. Make sure you're taking, we all have deficits in having our omega-3 fatty acids. So buy 3, you'll get a 4th one free. We put it in for you. And you'll get ships free if you put ships free in the promo code. I like that. And don't forget, this is what happens. You get one of these fabulous little Pinkies Up cup, a mindful mug, when you buy $200 worth of goodies in our store. We are good that way. I just got a message today from someone asking about our conference that we did. Actually, it was really more of a workshop on Saturday. It's still there and it's still available. You'll get everything. The only thing you won't get is the live experience, which next time you're gonna have to do it, right? But Marla and I teamed together and we're helping women get happy and get their homes in order, themselves in order, and their kids in order, and get ready for the school year. You can find it at savingdinner.com/mama. All the information is there. You get the swag bag, and until, I'm not sure the date, but there's a date, and it's coming up. You can get also the discount code to get our supplements, and everything is there. I'm not going to give it away because this is for people who've purchased this. Go to savingdinner.com/mama, and you can find out all about it. But I strongly suggest you do that. Also, this Thursday is my Take Back Your Life webinar. That is absolutely 100% free. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want that, go to savingdinner.com/life. This is this is my big webinar where I'm going to just bring in all the bits and pieces and tie the loose ends up all together for you. This is stuff you've heard me talking about, and now I'm going to put it together in one big presentation so you can connect the dots yourself. And I love that. It's just, that makes it that much better, right? savingdinner.com/life. Andrea signed up this morning. Yay, she's excited. I'm glad you're excited. And don't forget, I always hang around, and I've actually been on for 2 hours just answering questions. So if you have questions, you can always submit them too. Here is our quote of the week. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. Wow, I love that. That's Carlos Castaneda. I love that quote because it puts us in the proper perspective so that we can see that we're going to throw energy behind something. We do. We just do. This morning I spent some energy on some stuff I shouldn't have. I went on Facebook rebuffing a bunch of people's, stuff that they were throwing out with this. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not even going to give it the energy. But let's just say, I do not need to be the rebuffer of all this false information that's going out there. I don't need to be Facebook police. But this morning I spent time on that. And I'm just letting you know that I just realized that. And these people, you're not going to change their minds. They're going to go with whacked out conspiracy theories no matter what, because their confirmation bias is going to put them in that direction. So I'm just going to let it go. And of course, anytime you see somebody who says, get this YouTube video before they take it down, because there's a big conspiracy so that we don't get to have our voice, just know there's just something a little bit off on that. So anyway, I'm just confessing my sins. And I said to myself, okay, so why did you do this? Why are we doing this? And part of it is I have a few friends that are doing this, and I don't want them going down that yellow brick road because it's just garbage. Start looking for some real science, and not the scary, oh, they're trying to keep this from you science. I mean, just the very thought of it is it's ridiculous. But I'm going to just tell you, I'm backing away from that. And I think I might even have to take a little bit of a Facebook hiatus because I get myself all wrapped up in this stuff. Just the sheer bombastic crazy town, it's just nutty. It's nutty. And I like science, real science, and I dig on it. And I research it as much as I can. And yeah, I will admit that there's some stuff out there that's just not completely copacetic. But come on, y'all, there's my girl Vanessa. Hello. So anyway, that's all. I just wanted to, I had to throw that out there because I just want you to know that I get wrapped up in all the stuff too. We all do. But where does our time go? And where is it that we want to put our energy? When we can make a choice of where we're going to dump our energy, and if we're going to put it behind being the Facebook police, or we're going to put it behind rebuffing all this nonsense that's out there with people who have, they're just hell-bent on just seeing, oh, it's going to be this way, and you better hurry up before YouTube pulls it down because well, forget it. I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm letting everybody know I am resigning from the Facebook police. I'm done. So y'all carry on if you want to make yourself nuts. Amy said she just ordered her omega-3. Yeah, get your omega-3. Get your omega-3 right now. I'm telling you, any woman who is not taking omega-3 fatty acids, you're not taking care of your heart. That's part of your heart health. It's part of your weight loss journey. And this is something that we all need. I guarantee you we all need. Yeah, Jan, I know. Facebook police. Don't you think I need to resign? I hereby tender my resignation. Y'all just carry on and do all the crazy that you want to do. I'm not even going to watch anymore. I'm just going to let everything fall out where it may. But I'm going to tell you something. There's something that I think is super important, and there's something that I think that we get lost and forget about as we're going through and policing everyone and making sure that they understand that's not necessarily science. That's not necessarily true. You know, and especially when these doctors are telling you that you get ovarian cysts from demons, I think you need to look into that, because that ain't necessarily true. You know, we got to look at that. I think also the most important thing that we need to do is we need to look at the G word. A G word, the G word. What is the G word? It's gratitude. It is an overlooked part of our lives, part of our morning routine that we sometimes just dismiss and we forget about. I want to break gratitude down a little bit for you, because this is something that I have been doing with my own life, and I'm probably going to present a challenge for a 5-day challenge or a 7-day challenge or something in the Hot Melt Sprint group. So if you're a part of that on Facebook, you'll get the challenge. It's free, and it's just something that I am doing for myself. And I thought, you know, the most beneficial thing you can do is do things as a group. Communities, and the research shows, are more effective when they're doing the same thing at the same time. There's a momentum that gets developed. And that is just to stay really focused on that sacred space that we all need to be having in our lives, of having a morning routine, not just, you know, emptying the dishwasher and doing your 4-minute workout, but not just doing that, but also having that time to feed your soul, that time to nurture that beautiful self inside of you that we've talked about before, because that is our most neglected part of our lives. We forget about that. And I want to bring myself back to it, because I've been hit and miss lately, because I've had all these things to do, and I've got this big list, and I've got this and that and the other thing, and I'm under deadlines. I want to get this done. And so I've been skipping, like, meditation sometimes. I've been skipping writing things out. I've been skipping my journaling and reading times. Sometimes hitting it, sometimes not. I've been inconsistent, and I can feel the inconsistency hanging over my head. When inconsistency is you can feel the aftermath or the consequence of inconsistency. I think it's time to circle the wagons right back around and get to the place of being consistent again, because that consistency, as it builds the momentum, also feeds you heart, mind, and soul. And you know, that's my big thing. When we are there and in that place, it's a needle mover. And one of the biggest things is gratitude. Now, Tony Robbins very famously said that you can't be fearful and grateful simultaneously. Isn't that such a good word? You can't be grateful and fearful simultaneously. So it tells you that you've got to have one eye on one thing or the other. You cannot do it both at the same time. And gratitude opens the path. I believe it's like gratitude is that little small hinge that opens up the big door. It is, because it opens up the pathway and the possibilities of what your life could look like, simply by having a heart full of gratitude and by being grateful. So let's just go through. I'm going to see how many things did I write down here. Some things, these are 6 things that I thought about that made me say, you know what? I'm off here. I'm a little unbalanced. And so what needs to happen? Well, get out that journal and start writing, because this is part of what works. And that is understanding that first of all, there's a resistance to wanting to be grateful, because, we're just like, yeah, I want to get onto this thing, or I want to get onto that thing. I've done it all week. We had the workshop this Saturday, so I was busy preparing for that. I've got the book manuscript almost done, so I've been working on that. Just a bunch of stuff, getting our inventory straight. And so when you get, a little overwhelmed, we have a tendency to get caught up in all of this stuff. Gratitude is an amazing tool when you allow it to be the tool. And like I said, the little hinge to that great big door of the possibilities of what it is that you want in your life. It's huge. So there is a resistance. There is a resistance to that. And just recognize that as it comes up, that just because it comes up as a thing like, oh no, you don't have time for that today, just recognize that's resistance, but I don't have to listen to it, okay? Because resistance comes up for everything, like brushing your teeth or flossing your teeth or going to bed at a decent hour or taking, think about all the times resistance rears its ugly head. It does all the time. That doesn't mean that you need to listen to it. It just means to know that resistance is just part and parcel of the things that we battle. It's an obstacle, big deal. Does that mean it's going to stop you? Absolutely not. It just means we're recognizing what it is. And then you have to recognize too, this is one of the magical things about gratitude, is that it lifts you to the place of the present. Because so often when we're complaining about something, we're complaining about the past, aren't we? Or we're complaining about the future. But very rarely are we complaining about the present circumstances. Usually it's something we're either, catastrophizing about the future, about something that's about to happen, or we're, whining and complaining about the past. Being present in today and being grateful on this same thing is a way for you to feel good about your present day. And it's a way to set the day up for success by being grateful for the hot water in your shower, by being grateful for the coffee that's brewing, by being grateful that you have a roof over your head and then you have a bed to make. All of these things add up and help you to expand the borders of your heart. And when we do that, we call it our beautiful self, our intuition grows, our empathy grows, our love of one another grows. And we have a tendency to have a lot more patience, a lot more kindness, and a lot more love for each other because gratitude has paved that way. Gratitude is an amazing tool. It's why in our Take Back Your Life journal, we start the day with 3 things to be grateful for. And you find yourself at the end of the week going, okay, so what else can I be grateful for? But the other times, you'll find yourself just being grateful for everything. Being grateful for the leaves outside and looking at the leaves on the trees. Being grateful for acorns falling on your deck because it makes a big sound. Or the watching squirrels play in the grass. Little things add so much to the quality of your life because we're no longer looking for the big events or whatever. We're looking for the moments. And that's what gratitude does, is it brings us granularly back to the moment, back to the present, and have a huge heart for that. And 3, get this, it helps with those feel-good hormones. Yes, dopamine and serotonin respond to gratitude. It's your vagus nerve. It's all the things. It helps you to feel good. It makes you smile. Smile changes, the way those hormones come out of you. Isn't that interesting? And remember, what are hormones except messengers? They are messengers that deliver the goods to the system that needs it. And we want those messengers firing, because when those messengers are firing and working, then our bodies are getting the information that they need. It's also healing for your gut. I know that sounds really weird, but listen, they call the gut the second brain, and we can feel things in our gut. Have you noticed that? You feel things, you have the butterflies in your stomach, or you feel like this sick feeling in your stomach when you know something's about to happen. That's a brain, essentially. It's a brain, and it communicates with your other brain, and there's a connection there. Our whole body is connected, and gratitude paves the way for getting rid of that nervous stomach, getting rid of that horrible, thing that's inside of you that makes you feel awful. And have you noticed that when you're tense and when you're cranky or something's going on inside of you and you're emoting all kinds of negative energy, that your gut responds in kind? Maybe you'll get a stomach ache. Maybe you'll get a little bloated. You might even get diarrhea. I had a client that had explosive diarrhea. What a horrible thing, right? When she got full of anxiety and upset. Well, there's a reason for that. We can help heal our guts by, giving our guts some good juju. That's what we can do. You can get abdominal migraines when your gut isn't right. Wow, that's intense. That makes sense, though. It does. When we understand that we're all connected, that there's a beautiful synergy going on inside of our body, we're not just one system disconnected over here and another one over there. The whole thing works. The whole thing works together. It's one hand holding the other. You know, your thigh bone is connected to your knee bone, by the way. All the way through, we have that kind of inter-body connection. And let's just look at this too, that gratitude helps to make us stronger. It does. It builds up our strength. It builds up our ability to see things. You know, you remember the Kelly Clarkson song, Strong. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I mean, that's kind of a, you know, we've heard that saying before, and I'm hearing that song in my head right now, so I had to bring it up. But it's true. It just makes us stronger. And we can have gratitude for the fact that we are getting stronger. Maybe not those exact circumstances, but the fact that we can stand instead of fall down and just allow them to mow us over. Gratitude does that. It brings us to the place of strength, of our character strength, our soul strength, our heart strength, and who we are, the integrity of who we are as a woman. That's what happens to us as we rely on that inner strength. That inner strength is built on gratitude's back. And I'm going to say this. This is the sixth thing that I'm going to say about all of this. I believe that gratitude is an art form. And I believe that it is an art form for helping us to become beautiful women. Because there's nothing more beautiful than a woman who has praise on her lips. There's nothing more beautiful than a woman that is full of gratitude and can see, you know, the little sliver of sunshine in a cloudy day. There's something about that, isn't there? There's songs written about these kind of women. There's poetry. There's places in the Bible, go to Proverbs, you can read about this kind of woman. We know this in our hearts, and I think this is the thing that we need to capitalize on this. This is the thing that we need to be looking at as being our source for getting us to the places that we want to go. It's paved with gratitude. That path is paved with gratitude. It will open the door for us. It will give us the desires of our hearts, if only we stay focused on that. What you think about expands. So what do you want? You want your life vibrant and exciting and optimal? If that's what you want, then it's time to start thinking about the things that you want in your life. Norma's right. It is a pinkies up moment. This is how we create lives that are vibrant, juicy, and wonderful. This is how. It's a simple thing. It's something that's neglected so often. But for you and for me and for all of us, as we make a decision instead of focusing on all the things everyone's doing wrong, let's start focusing on the right things, the things that are full of gratitude. You know what? People are going to believe what they want. People are going to find out and look for the thing that serves their confirmation bias. We all do it. But I know this one thing, that when we're focused on the beautiful things that gratitude can bring into our lives, then that's the direction we're going to go. That's the direction we're going to go. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Just a simple thing of having gratitude in your life daily. Let's do it, ladies. What do you say? You with me? Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate when you show up. I appreciate the fact that you share this. And I hope you're signed up for Thursday. Thursday's going to be awesome. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's Take Back Your Life webinar. You're going to want to be there for this, because all of the stuff that we talk about here, I'm going to loop it all together and show you how this will move the needle in your life, because that is everything. You'll want to take a lot of notes. So go to savingdinner.com/life, and you're going to find the link to sign up. It's absolutely free. And I love the fact that there's already a ton of you signed up. So come on in. Let's go. It's going to be fun. I appreciate you. Love you all. Thank you so much. Peace.